Grand Rising family, how's everybody doing? Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Hold on, let me get this on gallery view. Hey, I get to see y'all now. Grand Rising, Tamara, how are you, beautiful? Steve, how you doing? What's going on? Donald, what's going on? Allison, how you feeling? How is everybody doing? What's going on, Al? How is everybody doing today? Kendrick, I see you. Sean, how are you? The Kings is coming out in here. Hey, Angel, how is everybody doing today? Diane, it's good to see everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I don't know how last night was for y'all, but I know it had to be amazing. I want to welcome everybody to what is this? Day 3. It is Wednesday, everybody. And I want y'all to get your mind focused on. And I don't know if you've been around to ever hear our Mindset Mogul talking about business being a sport and viewing it that way. But everybody knows, and if everybody in here has seen or enjoyed some type of sport at some point, but you know, at any time, there's all kinds of different positions, right? But just like in any kind of game, everybody is looking to get to the championship game, right? There's the players, there's the coaches, there's the fans, but we are all players. And the difference on this team is that we don't just show up to watch, right? Every single last one of us is on the court to put in that work. We are playing to win. Put play to win in the chat, everybody. Put play to win. I know you see him talking about those trophies all the time, being that MVP, that most valuable participant, right? And that's a calling over you. You're never ever going to be sitting on the sidelines here. You have to take ownership of the role in your success in your business so that you can get to that next level. And when we're talking about playing at our highest level, sharpening our minds and showing up as champions, y'all already know there's nobody that does it better. He's our pioneer, our mindset mogul. I'm moving out the way so he could go ahead and do what he does because he is absolutely amazing at everything that he does. He's transforming our mindsets into the tool sets that's going to drive us to the results that's going to help us build all the wealth that we are looking to get to. So I need everybody to come off mute and give it up for our very own mindset mogul, everybody. Let's go. Let's get it, family.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yes. Good
Let's
morning.
Hey,
Good
let's
good
morning.
let's
morning. Good
Yes.
morning.
let's
Yeah.
get it. Let's
Mindset
get it. Let's
Mogul.
get it.
Yes.
Mindset
Yeah.
Good
Mogul.
Come on.
Let's
Come on.
morning.
Come
go.
on.
Happy
Get up,
Grand
get up,
Good
get
Rising.
up, get
morning. Let's
Let's
Grand
go.
go.
Let's
Rising.
Pop,
get
pop,
it.
Let's
Let's
pop.
get
Let's
it.
get
go.
it. That's what I'm
We
talking
got it. We
about.
Yes.
got it. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Mindset
Yes.
Mogul.
Yes. Yes.
I know I got the best of the best, right? What's up, Sunshine? Thank you so much. We appreciate you 100%. Listen, if you're the best of the best, top of the top, go ahead and put that trophy emoji in the chat. I see everybody saying play to win. Hopefully we are. I might have to change my suit jacket to the sports jacket so I can be the coach on the whiteboard, draw up these X's and O's, because these X's and O's, you really just need to love yourself enough in order to do the things you need to do to get what you want in your life. And that's how the game is played. The game is played with love and passion. So if you are the best of the best, let me call you out. When I call you out, go ahead and put that trophy emoji in the chat if you haven't already. Miss Angela, what's going on? Put the trophy emoji in the chat. You are the MVP. Who else do we have in here? We also have Corey. Go ahead, Corey, put the trophy emoji in the chat. What's going on, Craig? I see you participating front and center. Who else do we have? I see India. What's up, India? What's up, Jasmine? What's up, Miss Jessie? What's going on, Kendrick? Look, I want to get straight to it. I want to get straight to it. So let me get in focus. Yesterday, we gave you something very crucial to do. Raise your virtual hand if you did it. If you made that phone call that you were dreading since the moment I said it, as soon as I said, hey, you should probably call somebody that you need to get complete with, you was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. And I told you, did I tell you? Did I tell you what was going to happen? Most people are going to tell me, hey, I did that already. Listen, the order in which you do things is super important. Somebody put order in the chat. Not order in the court, but order in the chat. Somebody put order in the chat. The idea is this. It's really simple. I can give you the same words, but in a different order and it changes your entire way of interpreting or seeing how it shows up in your world. So order matters. Sequence matters. So some of you are saying, yeah, I did that already, but you did it with your mindset. You did it with you didn't do it with the mindset mogul. You didn't do it with the mogul mindset, okay? I'm giving you the blueprint. Follow the blueprint. Follow the blueprint, ladies and gentlemen. So what I want to just share that with you all because I did share it. We had like a little pop-up call. I was in there with Shanika, Naomi, and who else was in there? I think one more person was in there. Who was in there with us yesterday? I'm forgetting anybody. Right? Kathy was in it. That's right. There we go. Kathy was in there. I think it was just us four. And I gave them this idea. One of my mentors, he told me this, and he used this on us. He said, if I give you this statement, tell me how you feel. The dog bit Johnny. Go ahead and put it in the chat. How do you feel? If you knew Johnny, Johnny's your lover, Johnny's your friend, Johnny's your brother, whoever Johnny is, Johnny, whoever. The dog bit Johnny. What's your reaction? Okay. Same 3 words, just mixed up order. Johnny bit the dog. Tell me what happens. Tell me your reaction. Wait, some of y'all like, what? What'd he say? I said Johnny bit the dog. Right. So it's like, is Johnny okay? From the first was like, the dog bit Johnny. Is Johnny okay? And then it's like Johnny bit the dog. Wait, is Johnny okay? So like the order in which you say things changes how it shows up, changes the result of what shows up. So a lot of you all are we're giving you information and giving you a sequence and giving you a set of plays to do, and you're taking it and you're internalizing it and doing your own thing with it. And then you're going to get the results that we didn't tell you that you were going to get, and you're going to blame us for not getting the results, right? So let's nip that in the bud. Going forward from today, please make sure that you do exactly what we're telling you to do so you can get the results that you need. I see some hands up. Sunshine, let's call up the hands, please. And I want to know your takeaway on your call. And let's be quick. I need to put the timer up there today. So let's go ahead and put the timer up.
Shanika, come talk to us, love. Where'd Shanika go? That's not Shanika. Hey, Manella, how are you, beautiful? Wait, what's going on? Wait. Okay, hey, Shanika. Hey, beautiful.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, love.
So it went well. I mean, well, I guess it went as good as I could expect it to go. I did speak to my mother. Initially, she didn't answer. She called me back. She is who she is, right? Bless her heart. And well, I'm glad you're apologizing because you me want to be better, and I don't want you to feel like almost like that's her way of taking control back, right? Like you need to apologize to me or thank. I just, that's just who she is, and
All right, hold on.
I felt better.
Hold on. Go ahead. You felt better? What happened? You said you felt better?
I'm gonna tell you, when I made the call, like once she answered, I said thank you. I started
Wait,
crying.
hold on. Is it breaking up for me or is it breaking up for everyone?
It's breaking up for everybody.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna put you on mute. I did get what I needed to hear just to be able to offer this. Yeah, you're probably in Atlanta with Sunshine. I think that's where you're at. You're in Atlanta right now. So you said you did feel better, right? That is the thing that this was about. It wasn't about the other person accepting, because some people, they haven't done the work. You can't expect them to be who you want them to be. They only can be who they are. So if they're not going through the journey with you, they're not doing their own transformation, they're not doing their own self-work, you can't expect them to show up the way that you're showing up. If your mom is going to say something like that, can be a backhanded compliment, one thing I would love for everyone to realize is that back in, like let's say if your mom is 50 and up, they are used to sarcasm. That's part of the way that they banter. That's part of how they operate. They don't mean any harm. That's just how they operate. It's a program that has been put on them that's the way that they operate. One thing I would love for us to do with this is sometimes you just play into the role. If she says something like, well, yeah, that's right. You needed to apologize, and that's right. Cause I'm the mother, and you're like, yeah, that's right, ma. You're the mom. I gotta listen to the mom. That's right. I'm the daughter. I gotta stay in the child's place. You're right. You're right. You're right. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Just have fun with it. The worst thing that's gonna happen is she's gonna go and realize and say, you know what? Maybe I'm being too harsh on you, and then now apologize to you. But if you get offended by what she's saying, now she's looking at you as if you did something to her. And now it's this whole back and forth thing. Y'all both looking like y'all did something to each other. But it's just miscommunication because we're not taught how to speak to each other. We're not taught how to communicate, especially from mother to daughter for some reason. We're not taught how to communicate as a family. Some families, you can't even be in the house with them for more than 2 days before you're ready to pack up and leave. It's a generational trauma. So please don't get upset, everyone, about the way that they respond to you. That's why I said, don't worry about the response. Your job is to call. I apologize. Thank you for being in my life. I learned so much. I'm sorry for any inconvenience. You mean so much to me. Thank you. Bye. That's the recipe. Once you do that, you'll feel light. But now just play into the character. Whatever they see you as, just play around with it. Play with it. But I wish I could take you off mute, but whenever you get to your destination, we'll bring you back up and you can kind of share. Just so we're not, choppy. But good stuff though, because that gave us this whole takeaway. Next person, send some love in the chat for Shanika. Great job, Miss Prophet.
Vanilla. Okay, love. How you doing, beautiful? It doesn't say you on mute, but we can't hear you. You probably gonna have to. You might have to log out and come back in. Let's see. We still can't hear you, darling.
Yep. If you have any devices connected, if you got a Bluetooth device or anything like that, you might want to unconnect that. If not, you just have to come back. So we'll bring you back. Exit the meeting and come right back. Let's go to the next person. Come back to her.
All right, Steve. How was that call?
All right, what's happening, everybody? The call was interesting. When I called her and I said I apologize, I said please forgive me. She's like, "What? What do you mean? What are you talking about?" I said, "For the things in the past and everything." And it's been like, I don't want to go into detail, but she did something to me, and like I said, I will never forget. I forgive, but I'll never forget. And I said, no one will ever burn me like that again. And I would never let her get that close to me again. And I said, I gotta let this go. So I apologized. And she says, why? Why? She says, when you get time, we're gonna call me back and we'll talk. So I know her. She's tries to manipulate. So you give her an inch, she'll try and take a yard. But I'm not going to take everybody's time on everybody get a chance to speak, but that's how that went.
Okay. That was good. Just language. Everybody put language in the chat. Can we get a better like Sandman song up there? All right. I think Sunshine will know the reference. I don't know if y'all old enough to know the reference on that one, but put language in the chat. So when you say I forgive and never forget, do you know that you haven't forgiven? Do you know that?
Well, yeah. Well,
No.
I'm saying
Don't give me an excuse. Just tell me though. Just tell me, do you know it? Yes or no? Do you know it?
Yeah. And, I know you got to let go and let God. Let go and let God.
Okay.
And
Right, so
it's a working process. It's a working process. I'm really trying, and I'm really
look.
trying.
Let me show you. Look. What's at your desk right now? What's at your desk? Where are you at
I'm
right
at my
now? Would you have
kitchen
an
table.
object you can hold? You have the kitchen table. Hold something. Grab something and hold it.
All right.
Keep your hand up. Don't put it down for the rest of the class though. Okay, stay just like that. Let me
Oh, man.
show me how hard it is to really let go. Show me how hard it is. Stay like that for the whole class. Sunshine, monitor him and see if when he puts his hand down. Good job, Steve. Good job. Don't put it down now. Let's go to the next person.
I'm
Keep
gonna
your
get a
hand up.
pencil, man. I'm gonna just get a pencil.
Nah, don't change it. It doesn't even
Yeah.
matter. Get a pencil. Go ahead and get a pencil. It doesn't matter.
Get
All
a
right.
pencil.
It doesn't matter. Go
That
ahead.
pencil.
All right, next person. Send some love in the chat to Steve. Send some love in the chat to Steve.
Yeah.
If you haven't picked up what I'm saying to Steve is that he said he will forgive but never forget, which means he's really not forgiving. He's holding on to it. When you hold on to things that you don't need to hold on to, the weight becomes so heavy that it hurts you. If you hold that pen right now, the pen is so light. But let me see you hold that for so much longer. Go ahead and hold it. At some point, he's gonna let it go. So when you sit up here and you tell me it's hard to let it go, that's a bunch of. Can we curse on this platform?
But
No, I'm joking.
you just say,
I'm not
say
gonna curse.
BS,
I'm just
BS,
joking.
you know?
But yeah, but I was joking. But yes, it's BS, right? Like, so the idea of it, you're just making up stuff. It's not hard to
Mhm.
let it go. You just don't want to. You don't want to let it go.
Mhm.
In reality, you're addicted to the pain. That's another subject. We don't really want to go that far, but you're addicted to it. There's a payoff. Somebody put the word payoff in the chat. Anytime you do something that doesn't serve you, that kind of hurts you a little bit, and you still do it, it's because somewhere you want that. There's a payoff. You ever had a relationship with someone that mistreated you? You ever had a friend who was in a relationship where they were mistreated and they stayed and you stayed and you knew it was wrong for you?
Mm.
Payoff. There was something in there that you wanted that you got that it was a payoff for you. Sometimes we need to think about the costs. Because sometimes the payoff is not big enough. The cost is costing us so much that we never truly get the thing that we really wanted from the situation anyway. And we only get the recollection of it in retrospect. So going forward, we don't want to make mistakes that we regret. We just want to live fully in our authentic being. And when you say that when you say you forgive and you don't forget, that's not you being authentic. So that's why the pain lingers. When you say, I'm never going to let anybody else get close to you, that's you being hurt and unhealed. That's you saying to everyone else who's coming up to you, who may love you, there may be someone who may cherish you, but just because you've been hurt by someone else, you make this new person pay for it. Don't do that. That's how you ruin your relationships before they even get started. Everybody send some love to Steve once again. Go ahead, Steve. Keep that pin up though. Don't drop it yet. Don't drop it. Hold it up. And when you're ready to let it go, tell me in the chat. I'm ready to let it go. And when you're ready to let it go, I want you to let go of that same issue about that same woman who hurt you. Got it?
Okay, I should hold the phone then. I can hold this pencil all day, man. I work out, so the pencil's nothing.
All right, do it. You talking,
phone.
do it.
I get
All
the
right.
phone. I get the phone.
All right, cool. Cool. All right, next person. Last two people, and then we move on because we have a lot to get to. We didn't get to the systems yesterday, so I have to briefly run through a bunch of stuff. So we have to get through that stuff. All right, cool. What's going on?
Working now?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
All right. Yeah, I sent my I mean I made my apology and show of gratitude, and it went well, but I think most relationships that I've had personally or professionally, I don't tend to hold a lot of grudges, so that wasn't really a huge challenge.
Okay. How did it make you feel?
It made me feel good for sure. But like I said, I try to practice gratitude on a daily basis. So try to find something I'm grateful for every day. So that wasn't hard. I think all relationships have some positive, some lesson to learn, some benefit.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Everyone send some love in the chat for Renella. Great job, Renella. Great job.
I love it.
Who else do we have coming up?
Kathy, talk to us, love. You got to unmute, darling. You got it? Okay.
Yes, thanks. Hi. I was wondering if the background was working. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Cruz. I just want to say thank you from yesterday. I did call my daughter. She was as happy to hear from me as I was from her after not speaking for about 2 weeks. So I just asked her, did she have a moment? And she said yes. And I said, just listen. And when I got to the part that said, if I inconvenient you, she said, no, no, Mama, you don't inconvenient me. It's just that you always say, yeah, 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 I know, and you don't listen. So I told her I will listen. So the conversation went where we got off. She said, I love you, Mama. And I said, I love you too. So it went well. And I felt like a big weight was off me. So it went well. I feel good. I do.
Mm.
So thank you.
I think we can see it like glowing off of you. Everyone send some love in the chat if you haven't already. Great job. Great job. I'm proud of you for doing that. I know it seemed like it's something that's so simple, but it's so meaningful. Remember, all of us, we believe in the little things, right? Because we think the little things mean a lot to us. That was something that was so small that meant so much to her. So I'm proud of you for that. Thank you for doing that. Great job. So, all right, cool. I want to continue and I want to say this to tie it all in together, right? When we asked you to do the cleanup, was that difficult for anyone? When we asked you to do that area to clean up, was that difficult for anyone? Yeah, whoever was difficult for, let me know. Come up, raise your hand, come up and let me know. Some of it wasn't difficult. I know, I get it. But I want to know from someone if it was. All right, let's bring them up.
I'm back.
All right, there she goes. Get that
I'm
good
back.
energy.
I'm
What's
back.
going on? What was difficult for you? What
Um,
was difficult for you with the clean?
what was difficult? Time and being able to figure out where everything goes. I'm a pretty organized
Mm,
person. Um, Organized meaning I like structure, but things get out of hand. So if I put it there, I say it's going to stay there because I got other things to do. I got bigger fish to fry. So it was, you know what? I should not have raised my hand. It wasn't difficult. It was just tedious and time consuming. That's what I should have said.
Okay. What else? But that's why we have you up here because remember, all this is practice. So now that
Mm.
just adds another layer to your game where you could see, okay, maybe these things aren't difficult, but they're tedious. And
Yeah.
now you can see it differently. The objective of this is to see difficulty differently, to see obstacles as opportunities. So that way you can show up and shine your light. So that you did exactly what we needed you to do. So great job, 100%. Send some love in the chat.
Thank you.
Once again, when you did see it clean, how did it make you feel?
Oh, my kids came in the office and said, "Ma, this office looks good." Said, "It looks
Ooh.
good in here." Even my husband, because we share the office, he's like, "You did a good job." I'm like, "I'm not finished. I'm not finished." But see, we already went over that yesterday. We're not gonna go there again because other people got time, you know. But nevertheless, it feels good. It does. Cleanliness is next to
Right.
godliness.
Halfway.
It feels good.
Good job. Halfway done and you're getting praises already. Look at that. That's how powerful you are. Everyone send some love in the chat if you haven't already. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Jesse. We appreciate you. Absolutely. We got about one more, two more. Let's see.
Hey, Adrian, how are you, love?
Good morning. How's everyone feeling? Grand Rising. So it's
Good to
funny because
see you.
good to see you too. It was funny because you said the chair, and as you were saying the chair, then you moved to room. So I have a little more than a chair. I have a room. I'm in my room now, and it's just my dumping spot. But I be on the go so much that and I just close the door. So it's a spot that I get to. But when I do, and when you said some of y'all got that chair, and I was like, I'm standing in my chair, but and then when you said clean the room. And I took 2 hours and just got through everything. My joint looks like a store. Okay, like this is my house.
Mm,
And my man was like, he came and he was like, "You did a lot." And I was like, I don't even know why. It was just a challenge put on my heart at that moment. I was off and I just did it. And I'm straight. I be in my room like this.
How good do you feel now? Tell us how you feel.
I can see my clothes. Like, you know, although you have clothes, like I can't see my clothes. It's like a visual thing. I'm ADHD. So it's a serious thing, right? So I mean it's all laid out, y'all.
Yes.
Like, so I
appreciate that.
I want you to just take in the moment, because when I'm asking you how you feel, most of us never really truly speak from how we feel. We
Yeah.
speak from what we think. Two different things. What you're saying doesn't even match the face. Like, do you know that, like, you're saying like, oh, the room is clean and all this good stuff, but your face tells a whole different story, and it's showing you that you are excited about this. Your face is saying, wow, this is amazing. Your face is,
Yeah.
in fact, you're in there while we're on the call. You
Right.
don't even want to leave. She in there like, yeah, that's my safe space now. Don't nobody come in here. It's my domain. Okay. I rule this queendom. So I understand, right? You feel good. That's part of the battle, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to say I feel
Everyone
ready.
send some love in the chat.
I
Yeah,
feel
there
ready.
we go.
Right. Yeah.
Put the MVP trophy in the chat. If you're ready, put that MVP trophy in the chat.
Thank
So
you.
let me just welcome. Thank you. Look in that mirror and thank yourself. Put the mirror challenge back in the chat, team. Is Jasmine's here, right? Jasmine, can you put the mirror challenge back in the chat? Just so if anyone hasn't taken it, take that mirror challenge. But really fast, I want you all to put this together, right? How do you feel right after you clean your space? Let's bring up Sandra. While y'all put that in the chat, let's bring up Sandra. And then that's it. Angela, we have to get back to you. Simone, we have to get back to you. But Angela, we got time for one more.
Hello,
What's going on,
can you hear
Sandra?
me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank you so much, and thank you for your work. Um, I was mad when I was doing it because, and it's not complete. I was mad because I allowed it to get this way, and I feel a lot. I can understand where Jesse comes from. I'm upset at myself for allowing it to get that way, but I felt a sense of like I conquered something, even though it isn't complete. But my room already starting to feel lighter. After that class yesterday morning, I felt so much a boost of energy, and I just started doing it. And I started doing the laundry, and I got so much done. But my room feels so much lighter. It feels so much lighter. I feel happier. My children see the difference. My you know, so it's like my everything. So that's my space right there. And when you said the chair, my little bench is still has things on them. But my daughters did that. They put their stuffed animals there, everything they didn't want in their room, they put it there. But just the progress that I see that I've accomplished yesterday, I felt a sense of relief. I feel happy, and I appreciate you for calling us out on our stuff.
Thank you for allowing me to.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
want you to appreciate you too right now, because you did that. Everybody tap
Yes.
themselves on the chest or write a comment and say,
Yeah.
I did that. Because
Yes,
it
I
may
did
be
that.
small, but let me show y'all how big this really is. First of all, send some love in the chat for Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. We appreciate you 100%.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
I want to say this to everyone so we can understand why we're doing this exercise now. I didn't want to tell you before because then you cheated. But if I tell you now, after you discovered it, it's like, oh, it makes sense, right? So part of you cleaning that space is twofold. One, you needed someone else to help you do that. Like, how long has that space been like that? 5 days, 2 days, 5 weeks, 5 months? But it took me 5 minutes to give you an assignment and you did it. Let that register. With your own thinking, it took you 10 months to do it, 5 months to do it, 5 days, 10 days. With someone else, it took you 5 minutes to register that, to get it done. This is why in a community or in an environment is super important to your growth. If you plant a seed in soil that's bad soil, the seed cannot take form, take root, and grow into this beautiful tree or this beautiful flower. That's you. You're that seed. You're that beautiful flower, right, waiting to bloom. But if your environment is too damp, if your environment doesn't have the right conditions, it will not help you grow. The second part of it is this. If you clean up your room or your space, almost automatically you get happier. Why is that? That's no coincidence. This is no coincidence. This is why when you go to church or when you go to your service, they want you to come in looking clean. Because when you come in looking clean as God-like individuals, you feel good. Now, here's the caveat to this though. Immediately after you clean, it starts to deteriorate or it starts to get worse. The moment that is clean is the cleanest that it will ever be until the next time you clean it. Makes sense? Everybody's in agreement with this, right? So these goals that we're looking for are short-lived. Once you get the goal, that's it. You got it. Okay, now what's next? You got to do it again. When you do it again, you get a gain. Hold up. Do I have that on the screen? Let me put that on the screen real quick. Just so we could just see it visually. Okay. When you do it again, you get a gain. Make sense? So if you were happy right after you cleaned your space, and let's say some time went by and now you're going through the motions and you're feeling a little depressed or you're just stuck in this loop, maybe if you clean, you might unstuck yourself, right? Because think about it. When spaces get dirty, they get a little sticky. But when you clean them, they become nice and smooth. So this is no coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. It's just confirmation. So I would love for you to think about it this way. I would love for you to think about it this way. If you clean up your house once every 4 weeks, that's not bad. But if you cleaned your house 2 times every 4 weeks, right? So maybe you do you alternate weeks, you'll be twice as happy in your life. Did you think about that before? Maybe that's a breakthrough for somebody. I know somebody got that. Like, yeah. Some of y'all probably like, yeah, I do that already, man. What else you got? What else you got, man? Information junkies. What else you got, man? Come on. I need that magic millionaire button. What you got that for me? I don't got a magic millionaire button for you, but I do have some information I want to share with you. So let me tell you all a quick story before I go into the reading. Has anybody learned about the little Johnny story? Anyone hear me speak about the little Johnny story? Put a 1 in the chat if you have, put a 2 in the chat if you didn't. So little Johnny resonates with all of us, right? Little Johnny, he's inside the supermarket with his dad. He's about 6 years old, 5 years old. He's inside, he's shopping around and he's walking next to the shopping cart. He's touching items and his dad is like, stop touching things, stop, be quiet, be quiet. He's making noise, he's singing, be quiet, stop, get over here, get over here. So eventually he picks him up and he puts little Johnny in the shopping cart. You know where it has like the little spot for the legs? You can put your legs out. He's sitting in that spot where you can put your legs out. And he's, pushing Johnny around. He's like, hey, can we get this, Dad? He's like, no, it's not on the list. He's like, can we get this, Dad? No, it's not on the list. We have to stick to what's on the list. When we go shopping, we stick to what's on the list. How many of us been told that while we went shopping with the parents? It's not on the list. We have to stick to what's on the list. So as he's going, he's like, so what's on the list? So Johnny, he just asked, he said, you don't need to ask me that. I'm gonna take care of the list. You just need to sit here and be good. All right. So as they get to the checkout, they are going through the little area where basically they have like the magazines and the candy and everything. And if you haven't noticed anything about the way the curators of the shopping mall or shopping places or plazas, they put things in a certain position. So for children, if they're marketing to whoever they're marketing to, they will place it at eye level. So children are usually small and they usually have their certain candies at the eye level, but in this space, they know that kids will either be walking with the parents or sitting in that cart. So the whole thing is filled with candy. right? So little Johnny's saying, "Hey, Dad, can we get this? Hey, Dad, can we get this? Can we get it now?" Right? And he's like, "No. Do you have this type of candy money? Who ever been told that? Mom, can I go to McDonald's? Do you have McDonald's money? Mom, can I get Chinese food? You got Chinese food money?" Like, have you ever been told that before? So, little Johnny is being told that. So you have to just be quiet. You can't have everything you want. And little Johnny's just like, all right. So he stopped asking for it. Later on in life, what do you think little Johnny's tendencies are? When it's time for him to invest into himself, when it's time for him to do something for him, what do you think he repeats to himself? I can't afford that. Oh, I should just sit down and be quiet. No, maybe not now. Maybe I don't have the money for XYZ. Okay, wait a minute now, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see yourself in little Johnny? Put a 1 in the chat if you do, put a 2 in the chat if you don't. I just want to be super transparent right now. So I realize that most of us grow up with these conditions. And once again, it's not our fault, but it is our responsibility. We have to undo all of the learning. So yes, little Johnny's dad was protecting himself, but he didn't realize the ramifications that he would have on little Johnny. And unfortunately, he grew up with a victim mindset, and he grew up feeling like, hey, I don't have it. And now that's how you live your life. We want to undo that programming. So the way to undo that programming is you have to now envision the new possibilities. Everything that you learn to survive, you now have to unlearn to succeed. So the same way how some of you are introverted just because of what has happened to you during your life growing up, you now need to break those cycles in order to become the person you dreamt of. So everyone put the word vision in the chat. You may not know what psychological program has been placed on you because you were a kid when it was placed on you. But you would never want your child to have the vision. You would never want your child to have the responsibility of leading the household, would you? So some of us are grown children. This is not a disrespect. This is about reflect. So that way we can stop the neglect, because that's what has been happening. Make sense? So imagine the possibilities. So when I asked some of you to make that phone call, instead of saying, okay, I'll make the phone call with excitement, you thought about all the things that would go wrong instead of all the things that would go right. If you could see yourself and that was your best friend, how would you feel about that person? Let me know in the chat. If you came to your best friend and you said, hey, look, I think you should call some of the people that you had and falling that way and get complete with them. And then your best friend responded the way you did. Yeah, no, I can't. Nah, I don't think so. And then the person who is hoping for the best, but praying that they can get through the worst. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's like you think about all the negatives instead of thinking about the positives. So going forward, I want you to change your language. Now you want to speak in the realm of possibility. Some of you didn't even believe what we did yesterday on a guided meditation was even possible, even real. Tomorrow, you will see loved ones that may have passed away. Tomorrow, you will see something so magnificent that it will show you that this world is so powerful, but you've been kept in the dark. Okay? When good is no longer good enough, it is time for us to become great. So as I start to read this, I want you just to think about the possibilities of your future. We are intentionally creating our future space. Whatever you want to show up, whatever you want to show up in your world, you must first be the reflection of that possibility. Encourage yourself to feel the sensation of your possibilities and reflect that sensation onto others and onto yourself. I want you to feel that. So right now, close your eyes, and I want you to feel happy. If you don't smile, you don't feel it. But if you smile, you might feel it. So just do a fake smile and keep it there for as long as possible and watch what happens. Fake smile turns into a real smile. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? So we start to realize that, yes, you may be your greatest strength, but sometimes you could be your greatest weakness. So as we continue to read, in other words, be the change that you want to see in this world with the intention of becoming more effective in less time. See, the understanding is whether you believe it or not, you want to become more effective in less time. The reason why you choose the snacks over the healthy food is because you want to be more effective in less time. Somebody let me know in the chat, is that true or false? I just want to show everybody who says it's false how it's so true. So I'm waiting to see the false. Go ahead and put it in the chat. When you choose unhealthy food over healthy food, it's because you want to become more effective in less time. There's no way around it. Here's the reason why. In the moment, let's isolate the moment. You rather spend your time eating this food and enjoying the food because your time means so much to you versus eating something that doesn't taste good to you at all and is making you feel like, damn, I could be spending my time eating, doing something way better, eating something way better. That's just the reality of it. You want to become more effective in less time. Now that you know that, this becomes your superpower. The things that you contemplate on, it doesn't need contemplation. How many of you, put a 1 in the chat, let me know if this is you, put a 0 in the chat if it's not, where you can plan all day. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say this to her, oh, I'm gonna say this to him. Yeah, it got me messed up. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I tell him this, I'm gonna tell him that. When the time comes, I'm gonna tell him. And then when the time comes, you don't even say what you was gonna say. You don't even say what you plan for. You say a whole new different thing. Or you make a split-second decision and you go the other way. So you didn't wasted all of this time contemplating for no apparent reason. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not your fault. It's a program. We've been trained to think and overthink in a way where we don't even know ourselves. We have technology that these corporations copy, but yet we don't know how to use it. One of the things that we speak about is moving with speed. How many of us heard us say that? Let's move with speed, move with speed. One thing I don't like is this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like y'all buying into programs without understanding what you get. I don't like you just blindly doing things. I don't like it, because what ends up happening is you end up lost, defeated, or feeling some sort of way where you say confused, right? So I want us to have clarity going forward with everything, because as we can see, the more clear we are, the happier we get, the more progress we make, the better our life becomes. So when we say moving with speed, I want to introduce you to something differently. This is no disrespect to any mentor or anyone who's ever told you to move with speed, because they do want you to move with speed. Speed is how you win. But there's something scientific about this. Everybody put into the chat mathematics. The world is mathematical. That's it. This is mathematical. And that is the subject that most people hate. Let's be real. That is the subject most people hate. But the world is mathematical. So let's bring out some math. And science is math, and math is science, and velocity and all of that is in mathematics and science. All right. So that's what we are going to go over. When we tell you to move with speed, and I'm getting ready to go through all of this so fast, you need to pick it up. Okay, moving with speed. When we think about speed, I want you now to think about velocity. So speed is like the distance. It's like how fast you're going over time. So when you look at it here, on this board, we have scalar. This is the quantity. So speed breaks down to distance over time. So if you're going 100 miles per hour, distance over time. This is cool, but a lot of us are moving with speed and going where? Nowhere. How many of us feel like we move with speed, but we just keep bumping our heads? Let me know in the chat. You want to move with velocity. See, this is about the vector. This is about adding direction to where you're going. So yes, You still want to have distance over time, but you need to have the direction. So velocity is about the direction. This is why we put together mentorship program. So that way you can take advantage of it, because you're going to go on YouTube, right? You go on YouTube and you're collecting all this information and you want to do it because it's free. I get it. Times is hard. We want to spend money on what we want to spend money on, and we want to cut corners somewhere else. I get it. But don't cut corners on yourself. So we put together mentorship so that way you can get the direction. See, there's another thing that we probably haven't thought about, but that's acceleration. And it's the rate at which velocity changes. Some of you are like this. This is how some of you are. You start, let me know if this is you. Put a 1 in the chat. This is you. You start something, you stop, start again, you stop, you start again, you stop. You get further this time, but you stop, and you start again. You don't get as further, you stop. And then maybe next time you get a little bit further, but then you stop. Who's doing that right now? If you're doing that, you need to pay attention. But that is you. By all of this time you're doing this, you could have just been more consistent and just stuck with the process, because it gets easier over time, just like going to the gym. Every time you go to the gym and you get that good rep, yeah, I'm good. And I'm sore now. You take a day off, yeah, it's hard to get back up. And then before you know it, you just stop going to the gym. See, if you want to become more effective in less time, it's not about doing less, it's about doing more. How far could you go? How much more could you do? Because if you are able to do that, then you're able to get more time back. Then you're able to get more, have more relationships that you love in your life. So part of going the distance is understanding money. Most of us do not understand money. So first thing I want to go before I go into this is, let's see debt as a tool. Let's see. I got a bunch of words on here. Let's start to put this into order. Tell me how you feel about debt. When I say debt, what comes to your mind when I say debt? While I'm filling this in order, you all let me know. What comes to your mind when you hear the words debt? I also want to know what type of debt are out there. Right now, I have a few on the board, but you can let me know something that maybe I don't have on the board. But we have credit card debt. Right, we have credit card debt. All right, for some reason, this is moving slowly. I guess when you got company now you want to act up, right? We got company, you want to act up. So, all right, so I'm gonna speed through this because it's not working for some reason. All right, cool. So good debt versus bad debt. I want to just make sure this is very clear. So I'm gonna move this over here. I'll make sure this is very clear. Wait a minute, 1 second, everyone. Let me see. In fact, let me just reopen this up because it's not moving the way I need it to move. So while we're waiting for this to load, let me know, give me some bad debt. Give me some bad debt. What's bad debt? Put it in the chat. Give me some bad debt. Give me a list of bad debt. Unhealed pain, that's a good one. Personal loans, yeah, could be depending on where the personal loan is. Bills for sure. Missed payments, yeah, don't even talk about it. Forget about it. So okay, maybe it works now. Let's see. Nope, maybe it doesn't. All right, cool. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. I'm just gonna talk to it. So I'm gonna talk to it. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that because that's kind of in the way right now. So when you think about debt, you think about good debt and bad debt. So when it comes to real estate, they sold us this dream about getting the white picket fence and all of this stuff, but sometimes we do it the wrong way. So anything in the world could be used for good or used for bad. Make sense? You could use a car to drive to work, but you could also use the car for road rage and hit somebody. Don't do it though. I recommend you don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm just saying you can. All right. They used to have a term called going postal. You know, don't go postal. But when you think about good debt and bad debt, it's all about it being a mirror. Somebody put mirror in the chat. Debt is a mirror to you. Yes, it's a tool to build wealth, but it's also a mirror in how you handle your responsibilities and how you see, which would be your vision of your possibilities. So if you had a loan and you got a real estate loan, loan to purchase some real estate, but you purchased a single family and you're living in it, that's bad debt. Or you even rented it out to somebody else and they're living in it, and then they stop paying you. Now you got to pay it. That's bad debt. But if you had a commercial property with multi units, one person stopped paying, everybody else still paying, you still win. Okay. And then you can use the money that you did collect to go pay for your new place, and you can live rent free. This is how people do it. Now, if you buy a car or you get a loan for a car, and it's reliable to get to work and it's helping you create some money, you paying that car off, that's good. But if you got a luxury car loan, you want to look like Mindset Mogul, you want to be like Big Mogul, you want to be like your favorite celebrity, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't put yourself, don't look good and then feel bad. That's crazy. No disrespect. I know some of y'all ladies know what I'm talking about. Your feet hurt. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? Your feet, you look good, but you feel bad, you know? Like, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Wear them flats, okay? Now, as far as business debt, so some of you got an opportunity, right? Some of you got an opportunity to get funded. Don't go blow the funding on some vacation. Get the get the funding and invest into your business with education. So one of the things I want to show you about is money. When you look at the root word for money, the root word for money is mo. If you look up the word mo, if you look up the word mo, somebody look up the word mo and tell me what it stands for. I think you will see the word motion. So money is motion. Most of us think money is just something to spend because you just taught that when you was a kid. You giving out money. That's why you don't give kids money without giving them explanation of how to use money, because you're teaching them what money is at that age. And when you give them money, the kids only know what to do with it is spend it, because they don't know investment vehicles. They don't usually have jobs. So you're training your child to just spend money. You might not realize it, but now you do. Thank you. You're welcome. So money is meant to be in motion. When you wave your arms right now, somebody take out their arms and wave them. Wave them around. Wave them around. What are you doing? When you put your arms in motion, what are you expending? You're expending energy. Money is energy. If I show up to you excited, ready to put the work in, and I'm here to help you grow and win, then money is energy. I'm going to get paid for the energy that I'm putting in. I'm going to get paid for it, right? I'm doing the work. I'm happy about it. But if I'm moping around, I'm sad, no one wants to hire me, no one wants to be around me, you're going to get paid for that. If you're at the corporate world and you know you're being a person that's a Debbie Downer, you're probably going to get fired, right? Energy. When you were waving out your arm, you was using energy and you were creating waves. Money goes up, money goes down, because money goes in waves, ladies and gentlemen. When you try to hold on to your money evaporates. If you try to hold on to water, the water slips right through your fingers. Think about it this way. The same $20 that you made 2 years ago is not the same $20 now. If you keep it in the bank, it's already losing value due to inflation. And if you take it out the bank, you're getting taxed. So money comes in waves. So you have to understand it's not just about how much you make, it's how much you keep. But one of the things is to understand the principles of money, because waves, when you think about waves, what do you think about? Current. This is where they get the word currency. So you put your money in a bank and it flows and it's in motion, it's energy, it's current. Money kind of sounds like water. And it makes sense because when you do have a river, you have a river bank. You have to even understand where these terms come from. So you're putting your money into the bank, and the bank is taking your money, and your bank is flowing your money into life insurance policies, other investments, and they're taking your money. And then they charge you 10, basically 10%, not 10%, 100%, 90% on the dollar. So every dollar that you put into the bank, they can make 9 more dollars, which makes $10 for every $1 that comes in here. This is why they have unmeasurable wealth. Okay. If you follow the same blueprint, understand the same blueprint, you would. But most of us, we don't follow this blueprint. We don't want to invest in life insurance. We see life insurance as a bill. We don't want to put life insurance in our policies. If every melanated American had life insurance policies, I believe we can stop the brutal killings, because then they have to pay everybody out and the city would be broke. Hey, stop killing these people, bruv. Costing me way too much money. I'm sorry. But instead, we watch negative news. There's always lies in the news, and there's truth in the movies. They put the truth in the movies in plain sight. If you go back all the way in time and watch some of these movies, they told you about the future. But you think it's just entertainment. You say you're a man and woman of God, and you're about love and connectivity, but you can't wait for the next Power episode to come out where 50 Cent's characters are going to shoot each other and betray each other. Okay, tell me how that makes sense. Because we are warped into a different world. We are consumers. They tell it in your face. They put it all in your face. You are consumers. Your job is to consume. It is not to do anything else. You're not an investor. You're a consumer. You better consume, consume, consume. This is why everywhere you go, they want to sell you something. Okay? But instead, you need to be the person that's selling. Okay? There's $1 million formula. If I was to have a product, for $20, how many units do I need to sell in order for my product to hit 1 million? Huh? Let me know in the chat. I need to sell 50 units, 50,000 units at $20 in order to make 1 million. Does that sound easy or does it sound hard? Let me know in the chat. If I have a product for $200, I just need to sell 5,000. If I have a product for 2,000, I just need to sell 500. Which one sounds easier to do? But we're not thinking about it like this. We're thinking about it as just go do the implementation at the job, right? So, but here's the funny step. Remember, I told you that this is actually a blueprint for your success. This is, ladies and gentlemen. So when you actually go up these steps, when you become the person that earns the right to be the implementator because you are good at executing, and then you earn the right to be the unifier because you're good at working with other people and getting them to be their best, and you're good at language because you're good at speaking and communicating, and you're also good at thinking, you now can charge these prices. So essentially your communication may be your $20 product. Right now, I'm communicating to you all, hey, get to becoming more effective in less time book. It only costs you $20. That's my communication. There's no work. I don't have to do anything. This is what we call do it yourself. Uh-oh. I think this is starting to make sense with somebody. Okay, cool. Next level is this. Are you really serious about it? Or you just curious? I don't want the person that's just curious. I need the person that's serious. So then I unify. This is done with you. So now we do it with you. Now this is going to cost you $200. Now done with you is where you're at right now. I'm doing it with you right now. You're inside of a challenge. I am doing it with you. Okay, $200. Now pay me $200 for it and I'll get you the result. Now the implementator is not so bad now. Now the implementation is not looking so bad, ladies and gentlemen. Because in this spot, I'm going to charge you $2,000 because I'm going to build your website out for you. I'm going to build your funnel out for you. I'm going to build your funnel out for you for $2,000. And then we call this done for you. This is your roadmap to success. Did you see that? Did you see how easy that went? But first you have to be the person that earns the right. So if you look at it, at first you had to take the steps. So don't be afraid to take the steps. Stop cutting corners, ladies and gentlemen, because now I can ride the escalator down here, up and down if I wanted to. Because before you know it, I don't need to do any of this. I got a whole company. I'm the person that used the imagination. And now I have employees who are the communicator, who are the unifier, and who are the implementer. All right. So on Thursday, or tomorrow, we'll go through a little more. We'll have a guided meditation. But if this was helpful for you all, go ahead and let me know. Go ahead and let me know in the chat tomorrow. Oh yeah, last thing, because I do have to close up. This is the last thing on this, right? When we say to keep your money current, right? The way to keep your money current is to invest in things that somebody else could buy from you. So if you invest in education, people could buy education from you. That's basically what you're doing, right? You have a mentor. Joy has invested in education to give her experience to be able to teach you how to do what she has learned. You have to pick up the same pieces. You're now getting the information you need to now go ahead to have other people buy from you. So that's how you keep your money current. Same thing when it comes to like investing into products. So people, places, and things. Last thing, PPTs, people, places, things. When you invest your money in the right people, the right places, the right things, PPTs, what is people, places, and things? They call it nouns. Nouns. It sounds interesting because nouns sound like now. Well, get this, ladies and gentlemen. If you change your nouns, you change your noun. I'm done for today. You need to change your people, places, and things where you put your money and energy, and you will change your reality of your life. That is it for today. I will see you in class tonight. Be on time, ladies and gentlemen. Doors open up. Be on it early with the VIP. Okay. All right. Snap it up, clap it up. Let's go. Put your biggest takeaways inside of the Telegram. Put a video takeaway in the Telegram, though. Okay. Video takeaway in the Telegram.
Have a great day, everybody.
You too. Bye.
Great day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Powerful nuggets. Powerful nuggets.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
That
much.
was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad I
Thank
got
you,
in
son,
when I did.
always.
That was amazing.
Have a wonderful
Yes.
evening.
Yes,
Thank you,
Lord.
True.
Thank